Hey man, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Not a whole lot. I'm Torgerson. This is the house.
So now you've lived here for how long?
8, 9 years.
9 years.
Yes, sir. There was no floors, no doors, no nothing in here when I bought the place. Guy cracked out, lost it. So I did all the paint, drywall, the flooring.
I think that's original.
Only thing that's original
Now
currently.
are you gonna rip that out eventually or what?
Yeah, I'm actually working on doing my master bedroom, remodeling the master bedroom, my master bathroom, and then when I get done with the master bathroom, all that tile is gonna come loop through here, through the house.
Okay.
And put some new countertops in one day. I'm gonna make some money racing here. Gotta beat a couple guys so I get a little bigger check than what I'm normally taking home.
Right. Now, I mean, you know, going into the mud world, obviously, and knowing your truck, Chaos, I mean, what do you really do for a living?
Well, I'm a structural concrete guy, so I build high rises, 6 stories and bigger, hospitals, parking ramps, all down in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
So, dad and your mom, right?
Yes, sir.
Are they very supportive of you too, right?
Very supportive. And my aunts and uncle, Ryan and Kane, are probably, without them, none of this would happen. You know.
So I mean, really, it's a whole family.
100%, 100% family effort from, like I said, Ryan and Kane Schermerhorn, my mom and dad, my brothers, my aunts and my other aunts and uncles, cousins, everybody in my family helps make this all happen. And then in return, you know, a guy tries to let someone take the truck out every weekend, someone different, you know, to let them experience the rush that I'm getting when I sit in the driver's seat, you know. 100%. It's and my kids get to ride in the truck now, and they absolutely love the mega trucks. I mean, every time I come home from work and say, hey, can we take the truck out or take the 4-wheelers out on the racetrack? That's Miller's favorite thing to do, is take the 4-wheelers out on the racetrack. And he's got a little Gravedigger power wheel now that he races around the racetrack. We got a 60-volt DeWalt battery hooked up to it. It goes like 10 miles an hour, and we making little jumps and everything for him. And it's a 100% family sport.
Right there.
Oh, we still put a little air in the tires, put a little more methanol in it. We're gonna bring it out today yet.
Here your whole life in Minnesota?
I lived in Minnesota my whole life. I grew up about 12 to 15 minutes south of here.
Okay. High school and everything was that out that area?
Yep. Oh, I went to the Cambridge High School, so I live in Cambridge now. I grew up in Isani, but Cambridge Isani shared the same high school. So
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, you know, being raised in the school system and all that, now, are your kids going to the same school you did?
Kids are going to the same school that I went to, same school that my brothers and my aunts and uncles, my parents, we all grew up in this community. And to be honest with you, that's why part of the reason why we have the race is because all the money that we make, 100% of the proceeds are donated to the Springville Township kids for school sports, summer camps. Every penny is donated to our township and kids of 16 and under.
That's awesome. Now, I mean, obviously this event, typically we do admission and, you know, there's always some big payouts here, but this time we changed it up, this event. You did free admission and no payouts.
No payouts, free admission.
Kind of giving back a little bit?
Try to give back, and, you know, got some stuff going on this year, so just taking a little bit of a break. And I mean, we're still having a decent turnout. Normally, like I said, there's 500 people and about 40 trucks that show up. And this year, I think we got 10 or 15 trucks, but they're all like you said before, they're all the core friends, the core mud family. Minnesota's the mega truck racing is growing pretty exponentially here in Minnesota, and It has to do with people being kind-hearted and willing to lend a hand and support everybody. And it goes around in a circle, you know. If you're gonna get a help from Paul, and then next thing you know, you're helping Paul. It's a cool thing to see in the last 10 years of what it started as you know, you just go grab a case of Busch Light and head out to someone's swamp, to now you have events where you are $15,000 freestyle purses and $10,000 or $10,000 racing purses, and it's definitely blowing up.
Now your series is called Built to Beat. Now how did you get that name, and I mean, where did you come from? I mean, let's be honest. I remember it was only mud rhythm races, and actually I think that was the only one out there in the game with mud rhythm, right, in the beginning?
UTS was around.
Okay, yeah.
So Built to Beat was because, you know, you build them to beat on them. And that's kind of where it kind of came from. And how's it going? Go out there. More than welcome. If you go ask my mom and dad, they'll give you a hand. If you gonna go run, put your helmet on. You want to help him get started racing?
What went to your head this year at Krabby's? I mean, I know I was making fun of you guys, and we were talking about some funny stories, and Levi's like, oh, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. And I mean, I know you guys trusted each other, but like, I mean, what went through your head? Like, what did you even think, like, maybe if I hit his truck, maybe something could happen with this? Or you were just like, nothing's gonna happen, I'm just gonna do it?
Well, it's just gonna do it. I mean, I wasn't worried about hitting his truck. I knew as long as I kept my foot in the throttle, we were gonna clear everything. Everybody was looking, oh, it's not gonna be, you're not gonna jump far enough, you're not gonna jump high enough. And I stood on the ramp on the four-wheeler, I could kind of feel my projection of where it was going, and everybody's like, oh, you're gonna make it 20 feet. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna land out past the lily pads. And sure as shit, once I landed, we were out past the lily pads.
I mean, it was just so funny. It's like Levi, you could tell he was like, he was borderlining on this whole situation. Of course, his wife was like, nah, I'm really not happy with this whole thing at all. And you're just like, yeah, dude, it's gonna be fine, man. Trust me, I'm gonna jump right over you, fall right over it.
Yeah, it was. It didn't take him too much to talk him into it, and that all started. We were at work because me and him worked together, and he's telling me how far he's going to jump into the pit, because last year, the year prior, he just barely made it out there. It looked cool, but you know, he ended up getting stuck, and he only made it a little far. And so I told him I was going to let him jump, and then I was going to jump over the top of him because I was going to hit it twice as hard and twice as fast. So that's kind of what all started that whole ordeal. Mudfest mud pit, in my opinion, is probably the best one in the state. You got a couple jumps. The mud itself, you know, like it's just a cool open area to go play around. And then you have Krabby Farm, and that's a nice peat bog. We were at Klein's last weekend. Klein's is like a Perkins mud bog. You know, it's just a swamp that you can just go anywhere. First thing a guy thinks is like a quick prayer, make sure that the good Lord's gonna take care of you while you're out there. And the adrenaline rush, I mean, it's unsurpassable. I mean, you're sitting there literally knowing that you're gonna go out there. And my mind, when I go out on the racetrack or go out to do freestyle, I want to not intentionally kill myself, but you want to live on the edge of life and death or major accident, you know, or crash, because flirting with that line is it's the most purest high that you'll ever find.
I mean, you flirt with that line
all the time. And that's why we do it. You know, it's the adrenaline rush, the purity of the high that you get out of being in the air or going across a swamp or stepping on, you know, over 1,000 horsepower. It's something like nothing else. Thing that's number one priority over the truck are my two boys.
That's awesome. That's a blessing.
Outside of that is the trucks first.
That's awesome.
And that's what it takes. It takes dedication. People don't understand that a guy literally eats ramen noodles and hot dogs so he can take this and put on a show for everybody. You don't have to be the fastest or the fastest truck out there. You want to be the crowd favorite. You want to have it's been a good weekend when you have came back and you've signed 20 kids' autographs. And that's what we're doing it for, is, you know, we're doing it for the kids.